Welcome back to the Uncivil War podcast, where we agree to disagree, and sometimes things get downright uncivil.
I don't never disagree.
You a damn lie. You a lie from the pits of hell.
All right. Yeah, man. We was talking about our dynamic, me and Jen, and I actually think the whole like we agree to disagree thing, that shit is just kind of like what everybody do. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned. I definitely got to say this. I've learned from disagreeing with you because I'm not the type of person, and I feel like I definitely need to make that point because too many people done came to me and was like, "Oh, you are overly aggressive and you are, all of this," and it's like I have been, you know what I'm saying, but I definitely figured out a way to temper that so I don't come off so brash.
That's the feedback you getting?
Or I'll be lying. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want. Or just I've heard the word bully. You bully. You bully conversations. Not just you, but not you at all. I'm just saying like you bully conversations.
Right.
You bully conversations.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm passionate about the shit I say. I'm not
passion. That's the word.
Yeah, that's not.
Got a lot of passion.
And I'm respectful at all times too. Bullies are not respectful, so I definitely want to clarify that.
No doubt.
But what's been going on with you, bro?
Man, just prepping. And we're gonna talk about this later too. I'm prepping for the film festival. I got a film short in the Peachtree Village International Film Festival, so I'm prepping for that.
Mm-hmm.
Also working on new projects. So I'm working on 2 features and working on a pilot for a television series.
That's.
So, and that's development. I'm in development with those. We're not in like pre-production or nothing like that, but
How do you have time for that, all of
that? I don't. I just make, I make time, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a juggling act, you know what I mean? So
I get that.
it's you make time for things you want to do. You know what I mean? So,
that's understood.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I'm learning how to manage my time a little bit better. There was a time where I felt like I had all the time in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm using Google Calendar all the time. You know what I mean? And I just had this conversation with somebody the other day. I was like, yo, I ain't trying to be Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I sound Hollywood because people be like, yo, I got this and this going on Thursday. You think you can fall through? Or I got this going on Sunday. And I'm like, yo, let me check my calendar. And I don't mean to sound, you know what I'm saying? But I truly got to check my damn calendar and be like, yeah, I think I can make that. Or nah, it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
I know about you, little man. Your time is not like, I have to like gauge what I asked you to attend.
Right.
Because in a lot of cases, I do know that like, your time is divided up amongst things that's gonna like be something progressive,
absolutely,
in the grand scheme. Whereas, like I've asked you to be like, hey, help me put together this crib for my homegirl. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and
that's
you
different.
did it,
And
you showed up to do that. But I have been like, hey, yo, we doing something, blah, 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 blah. And you be like, I ain't going to be able to make that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that don't seem like it's going to like.
But you know what? That's an investment. Even though I didn't know that young lady, that's a investment of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Just and giving. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you tell me somebody needs help or I need your help to help somebody, if I could do it, I'm gonna do it.
That's legit.
You know what I'm saying? Period.
I super had to agree with that because I mean you did it. You helped.
Yeah, I'm gonna make time.
Lady,
I'm gonna make for stuff like that. Absolutely.
Hey, I'm telling you when you had hit me, it was like, man, I'm doing this, I'm moving, and I felt like, yo, like this is my time to give it back, and I was like,
bro, I asked you literally like in the last hour. You know what I'm saying?
That still don't make me not feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I still want to, like, when people actually put the time into you, and this is, that girl wasn't my like that's not my baby, you know what I'm saying? But it was
Yeah.
like, hey, I want to help her, so I need friends to do it. And one of my friends was with you, and you showed up. So
No doubt.
All right, no more kumbaya. Let's get to this
Hey
shit.
man, let's get
Wait a minute, can we say that? No.
Monetization going down.
Right. I actually looked at that clip last week.
How many views? Negative
Negative 8, Kurt.
Shout out Steve, man. That was a great episode.
Yeah,
we gotta have him back, by the way.
Hey, I put in this outline like for us to talk about nuclear threat.
Nuclear threat.
Now, I'm gonna dive into it for real though.
Dive in.
I mean, I'm gonna really like. I'm gonna say my part, man. Yo, we gotta quit treating things like it can't happen. Like I feel like we've been groomed for like possibility for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And then we just sometimes our comfortable minds just be like, nah, like I'm just gonna go to work and do, whatever for, however long I want to do it. I'm gonna tell you something my homeboy Sale told me that stuck with me from the day he told me this to right now, and I think about it almost every day. He told me that anything you do, anything that's alive, and anything that is moving has a expiration date.
Absolutely.
It is T- to one day it will not be.
Absolutely.
Yo,
Absolutely.
that's a simple truth that made me just stare, like have a blank stare, like, so one day.
And you don't know your timeline.
You don't know the timeline. Like
you don't know your timeline.
Your routine, how you do, you go to work, you do blah, 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 you come home, you have dinner with a wife, and that. One day that won't be. One day that won't be. One day she's gonna be by herself. It might be you. She might be gone. One day it's gonna undo.
Absolutely.
There is nothing that is done that does not undo.
Absolutely. And to your point, like you saying now, we're being groomed to feel like nothing, like certain things can't happen. Once the towers fell, that was it. I was like, yo, I never imagined in a million years that would happen. Never in a million years. Walked past those buildings a million times, took it for granted, took all of that, for granted, and just it was gone in a heartbeat, right?
Right.
Changed the landscape of New York, changed, the landscape of the world, America. And with that happening, I was like, yo, anything can happen, bro.
That's how you tell
anything can happen. Anything, nuclear war, shit. And on top of that, we had the pandemic. I didn't imagine that to happen.
Yeah.
That was a big deal, yo.
Yeah,
like a
really
lot
was.
of people, there was a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
A lot of people expired.
Yeah.
In a 3-year period.
Do we all know?
You know what I'm saying?
Are we 100% sure that that's the reason why all of those people died?
And I'm just saying, and all I'm saying, so look, I titled it the pandemic. That don't mean that it is what they say it was. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm a self-proclaimed conspiracy theorist.
Everybody that's watching this, make sure you go get your COVID shot.
Absolutely.
Make sure you take care of yourself and make sure you wear your mask and the whole nine.
If you believe in taking the shot.
Well, no, that's just that.
And if you
no, don't do that. Don't do that part.
No,
all right.
Hey.
So look, let me
do what you feel necessary to protect yourself.
All right.
That's what I'm gonna say.
That's the reason why I said that.
Oh, no doubt.
All right. So, but have you ever seen the movie The Book of Eli?
Absolutely. I love that movie.
Did you like? So that's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like no movie.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm the
That's a good movie to like. That's a good movie to like.
Denzel Washington is like a man, like a black man that I look at and be like, hey, if I just ended up like that, then fine. That'll be a good look. I've never said that about anybody.
Right.
I always thought that I was so awesome that I
Right.
just wanted to be me.
Right.
But then that was a Denzel like, yo, look at the way he carry himself. So first of all, that it doesn't no big surprise that he would be in my favorite movie. But have you paid attention to how like in that movie, everything is undone? Everything is undone. Like all of the comforts are undone. He kind of like pointed to. They said it was a flash, and they kind of allude to like it was a nuclear like.
Oh right.
It was a flash. They said that it was, but like he was explaining to the young lady in the movie. You know that the actress from that '70s show that was in that movie. Where he was explaining to her. She was like, "What was it like back then?" He was like, people had more than they needed.
Yeah.
You know, the little things that you guys, like water, you think that is, like they treated water was like, it was, like, that was a key to it. And you had to go, it was a tunnel and you had to pay. And please give me like, they showing you like.
That was a dope movie.
Yeah, but they showing you, and I ain't trying to freak nobody out, but this, we just going to work on a routine, but there are people like there are like a handful of people in this world that's like, you know what, I'm pissed off. You know, I'm gonna do this. That for whatever reason, like you could say whatever I'm not a psychologist. I don't know how Putin is thinking, or he might be feeling like I'm losing this. I don't even know like the status of the war and like if it's even real. Like, you know, I don't even know if that's like a real thing. You know, they just showing you on CNN,
right?
Like, hey, this is where they're at, and they're losing.
They're showing us what they want to show us.
They're showing us what they want to show us.
You know, there's a bigger picture and there's more to it, and what they're showing us could just be a part that they're using, you know, for a smokescreen for something else. You never know.
My whole point is, and people be like, we got to get prepared. There's no preparation. There's no they can tell you the day that it's going to happen. You ain't going to be able to do what you need to do to make sure that you're in the right place for when a nuclear bomb drops.
Yo.
You can't run from it. And if you do survive it, you better look at the movie that Book of Eli.
I'm going to tell you
what how it's going to be after that.
I'm going to tell you what this brings me back to. So, and it kind of dates me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? When we were younger, when we were in grade school, in New York, they showed us, and I don't know if they did it everywhere, but I know in New York schools, we went on fallout shelter field trips. They showed us where fallout shelters were because that's how close we were to going to war with Russia.
Really?
And I remember those vividly. And anybody from New York that's part of my era, you know what I'm saying, remembers that because they did it all over New York. They showed us where the fallout shelters were. And we have, what is it? Is it Indian Point or West Point? There's a power plant north of the Bronx, about maybe 15, 20 minutes north of the Bronx. I think it's West Point Power Plant. That's a nuclear plant. So I'm telling you, like, it was real. Shit was real.
No,
it was,
look, man.
It was real.
I'm gonna say,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
we're gonna move on.
Yeah,
because it's.
And then all those movies. Think about the movies, War Games, and all that. Those old, you know, old school movies. That was all because of that. Because we didn't have the best relationship with Russia during that time.
We don't now.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just saying during that time. Well, shit, things. You know how it goes.
But look, my point is this: if you think that the United States is gonna be able to just have a full-on, just super longevity of like superpowerism and everything fine, and all over the world, wars happen on the soil, and war is never going to come to this. You got to be out of your mind.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to tell people to not prepare for things. I'm saying like like
Right.
if you're gonna do it, you better do it because it is they keep like all of these anomaly situations, just like you said with COVID and all of this stuff we just being
It's just
tried with
it's
all kinds of stuff.
Testing.
Testing,
I feel like it is a testing.
Test, right. Yeah. So
What will they do under these conditions? How are the people reacting?
that's what Shan was saying.
under these conditions.
That's what Shan was saying.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
You watched the episode with Shan. Shan went in great detail about how we basically, that whole COVID thing was a test to see what we would do. You know?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, we got our answer, right?
Absolutely. Well, or did we?
Well.
But yeah.
So
I'm sure we'll be tested again. But
another thing that I wanted to bring up was though, did you listen to the Freddie Gibbs album?
I haven't heard the whole album, but I love Freddie Gibbs, and I'm definitely gonna check the album out.
I'm gonna say this, man, and I think I sent you a text earlier, and you and Sanai,
Oh yeah. I got.
I have not heard an album this year that was better than that.
Freddie Gibbs.
I have not heard an album this year that's better than that, man. I have not heard an album that is. That's probably the best album that I've heard since 444.
Okay.
That
I like Freddie Gibbs.
that album better than Kendrick album.
He really. You think that album was better than Kendrick's?
So the thing,
I haven't heard the album, so I can't say nothing. But
that's not even a swipe at Kendrick. The thing
Right.
is, like, Kendrick's album. You remember the movie The Passion of the Christ?
of course,
How many times have you seen it?
one time.
Kendrick's album is a one-hitter quitter because it is so
It's heavy.
hard. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
And Kendrick's album, I heard Tyler, the creator, say this. Kendrick's album makes you look at yourself in reflection of what he's thinking. Like, I don't want to have to keep doing. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I am. And I feel like when I listen to Kendrick's album, I listen to it at the wrong time because I wasn't in the space of like reflection or
Right.
wanting to be able to take on something so heavy.
Yeah.
You know, I listen to music not for that reason. You know what I mean? That's why I love albums like The Blueprint and like, you know, it's not a lighthearted. Blueprint is not lighthearted. I mean, part one.
Right.
You know, it's
Of course.
But it's like, you know, it's like. You know, I just want to, you know, I want to do that.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
entertaining. Yeah,
And it puts you in a certain feeling and a certain mood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
if you in the mood for something heavy, you're gonna listen to
Kendrick's album. Right. Kendrick's
I feel like that
album
about
was-
certain movies. You know?
Kendrick's album was phenomenal, but it was hard. It's a hard swallow. It's like
I love that album, actually.
It's like having the best macaroni and cheese that you ever had with raisins in it.
So with raisins in it.
Right.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
right. It's like I want this, but I don't like raisins. You know what I'm saying? It's like
mac and cheese with raisins.
exactly. And look at how you reacted to that.
Wow.
Like yeah. And somebody might think that I'm dissing Kendrick. No, that's no way. You know, I was on Kendrick.
First of all, you was one of the biggest Kendrick fans that I know.
I don't even think I'm capable.
Besides Lane. Lane is a huge Kendrick fan too.
Right.
And the funny thing is, I played that album and I played Pusha T's album to her back to back, and she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna let you know this. I think I'm feeling Pusha's album more than Kendrick's." And I think it's just because of the same reason.
Yeah,
like,
it's too heavy.
Kendrick's album is heavy. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
really
like I said,
heavy.
you and Lane are the biggest fans of Kendrick that I've known.
The only reason why, and it's like, how do you like Freddie Gibbs' album over Pusha's album? They both talking about dope, and it's like, no, they not. Like if you listen to Freddie Gibbs talking about life, life and dope. Like
Life and dope.
well, I mean, dope
Got a
is
little side serving of life with that dope.
I feel like dope was the byproduct of this. You know, dope is a byproduct of his life, and I feel like with Pusha, dope is his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It definitely was for a
Name me a
long time.
non-dope Pusha verse. Name me a non-dope.
Yeah, that's his formula. You know what I'm saying? That's his.
Not dissing Push, cause Push.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's
think-
definitely his
You ain't
formula.
dissing nobody. You trying to come behind it and clean it up every time. No, man, I love Push.
Yeah.
But I'm not a drug dealer. Like it's hard for me to relate. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't I can't go on and on about. I can't listen to somebody
Exactly.
go on and on
No, I
about
feel
dope
you. I feel you
for
on that.
9 songs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I feel you on that.
that's probably like the reason why I don't listen to rap. So like I listen to rap in pockets now.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's because I'm older.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, in my younger days, I can just listen to that shit sun up, sun down. You know, now I like to, get a little culture with my music and listen to stuff that's kind of like gonna make me feel good, make me not want to, I don't know, shoot a black man.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, right, I don't.
Crazy.
Perhaps not.
Look,
do that.
look. I'm looking to see if Sanaa sitting somewhere. You know, he would chime in a heartbeat on
You
that one.
making excuses.
And I love you, Sanaa. That ain't no shot.
That ain't no shot. That ain't no shot. That was all in fun.
All in love.
All in love.
But yeah, nah, for real.
Listen to that Freddie Gibbs
I gotta
album,
listen.
dog.
I'm definitely gonna listen to the album. I think, first of all, everything that I've been hearing from him has been fire.
That video I
Like,
did was
all
from
the
that album.
Man, fire. All of it is fire. Yeah,
couldn't be done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a
so
whole like
Freddie
Facebook
Gibbs.
page on that.
Freddie Gibbs definitely gets like, yo, he gets my props for real. Like he's fire.
He came a long way, man. Like I obviously been listening to Freddie Gibbs since 2008.
He stepped it up.
Since 2008. Like I hate to be that guy. I was on him before but I was listening to Freddie Gibbs when nobody knew who the fuck he was. You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
So just to see like him and Jeezy like patched it up and just the
Yeah, him and Jeezy patched it up, but now he got what?
No, they calming that down too. I think that's what I mean. They letting it go.
He got beef with a few people.
He got beef with some New Yorkers.
He got beef with.
But it don't seem to be like. I mean, he was in New York. There was no problem.
Yeah.
It ain't escalating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want nobody else to get killed.
Yeah, because honestly, it ain't that serious, man.
It's never that serious.
It ain't that serious.
It's never that
Especially
serious.
if it's about some lyrics and music. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's not that serious.
So tell us about this film short you've done. I want to hear about this. And we're gonna check out the premiere of it.
Absolutely,
know,
absolutely. And
Uncivil War gonna be in the building.
Uncivil War is going to be in the building. I am going LA. I'm going to send you the link so we can post it and people can
You should have sent him a graphic so he could have just flashed.
Well, I'm gonna give him all of that. It'll be ready. It'll be ready for this when this releases. But so basically, one of my film partners, Amanda Rosario Glass, and myself, we directed, produced, and wrote a film short called Unordinary Love. So what I can say about the short, it is a period piece. So never did a period piece before. Like that was a challenge in itself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get the time right. It takes place in the 40s, and it's inspired by a true story, and it's the story of how two strangers, met, got together under the most unordinary circumstances, and got married and lived happily ever after, had kids, grandkids, all that, and they fell in love.
Okay.
It wasn't love at first sight. They were placed in each other's life, almost forced in each other's lives under the most unordinary circumstances. So, I'm very proud of the work. We entered it into several film festivals. We received a lot of awards. I would say to date over 25 awards. And the awards would be anywhere from best short, best director, best cinematography. So it's really about the team, too. Like I had a dope team. Like definitely shout out to everybody that worked on this project with us. Like so I've been on a lot of film sets, bro. Like just doing different things. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a PA or grip or associate producer or whatever. I've played many hats and been on many sets.
Right.
And for this to be my film set or our film, Amanda and I's film set, and it to run the way it did, like no incidents, nobody was disgruntled. We were in heat. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hot as hell that day. Those days that we worked on it, and for it to come out the way it did, and you know, it's just like, yo, I'm blown away. You know what I'm saying? Because every set I've worked on, there's been something.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So this, you know, I've got compliments on how well we ran the set. So I'm very proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Amanda's a dope producer, writer, you know. And we put this thing together, and it's gonna be dope for y'all to see. Like,
speaking of compliments, I want to say this though. I gotta compliment you on something. I mean, obviously, I've been knowing you for quite some time. You hearing that you are releasing a short, and everybody's going out to see it, and this, that, and the other it makes me so proud to hear that, because
appreciate that, man.
There are so many times throughout your life that I was actually just kind of like a fly on the wall, or just observing you and your situations and this, that, and the other, where I was imagining like somebody probably was in your ear like, don't get that up and just, you know, get out of here with that, and are you still doing that, and blah, blah, blah. And you just never, ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like Todd, you know what I'm saying? We had Todd Franklin on here, like, yo, he's like, you know, rapping and blah, blah, blah. And yo, he just dropped this the other day, and still, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that, man. Like, I actually can't even give myself that credit, because I've actually done a lot of things. And I don't think I give up because people tell me, like, yo, get out of here with that. I just stopped doing stuff because it's hard for me to just be like, all right, you know, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, I fall out of love with, that's just my Pisces nature. Like, I'm just be on to the next thing. Like, you know, you keep your focus.
Right.
You keep your focus, and you stayed the course, man. And then now you're at this moment. That
appreciate it, man.
That's something. That's definitely something to be said about that, man. I love that, you know, and kudos to you for achieving. You know,
I greatly appreciate that.
That's just not something people do all the time.
We travel ground together. You've definitely been there through a lot of different transitions and different things that's been going on.
Right.
You've seen the progression. I greatly appreciate it, and the support. You always supported. You never you weren't no like a secret hater.
I mean, come
nothing
on,
like that. Always support. You know what I'm saying? Always support. And what I'm gonna say about you, like you talking about, oh, I gave up on certain things, man. Yo, sometimes things are for a reason and a season. You understand? So it's not to do it forever. You know, you push it to the limit. Of course, you want to push things as far as you could take it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then sometimes it's not meant to be taken any further than it was taken.
That's true.
And then a lot of times too, you don't know what's going to become of that.
Right.
You understand? So you look at it as, yo, we created this and then we stopped. We could have kept going, or I could have kept going with this, or I should, and I always go back to, A&R from Rockefeller Hip Hop meeting you, and because I always look at that and I'm like, damn, we could have, you know what I'm saying? No, that wasn't meant to happen.
Well,
so look. I look at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm keeping it a thou wow. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything has a reason and a season. And you don't know what's down the road either.
Right.
You understand? We manifested some great things together and separately, and together again. Here we are again. Right. Like we're doing the Uncivil War podcast.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. So
real quick, I'm gonna touch on the Rockefeller thing. Shout out to hip hop. I mean, he's an awesome guy.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Your wiring to tell you what you're gonna do. What you wire for? Man, we used to do shows, and I used to come in the room with E, and the DJ will say, "D Trill," and I actually didn't even want that.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I went to a DJ one time and told him, "Don't announce us.
Please
when we
don't
walk
do
in."
that. Yeah.
Right. My wiring, it was not the wiring of a rapper.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you how I knew it. When I saw T.I. grow from what he was to what he is, I knew that journey. I said, you can't handle that.
Yeah.
His friend dying.
Yeah.
Just the constant, like when T.I. came out, he said, "I'm the king of the South." The entire Atlanta was like, "Nigga, no, you not." he walked right through that.
Right. Oh yeah, he did.
I'm not necessarily sure if I could have walked through that.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily sure that I could. I'm so low key.
Because when he was saying that, I wasn't thinking that.
But
You know
guess what ended up happening though? He showed you he was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Bam. He had the wiring to just walk through all of his oppositions. My oppositions, you know, they kind of just was like, you know what, this is exhausting. I'm done. So, but there's a reason for that, like you were saying. In my wiring, you know, did not. But another thing you just said that I want to touch on when you said the seasons allow for certain things.
Absolutely.
There's a video, man, that I sent in the outline that I hope that we'll be able. We're gonna be able to hear it or whatever. I want you to listen to this guy, man, and we're gonna discuss
this is the video.
This is the video.
Oh Lord,
this is the video.
Oh
and it kind of like, yeah, well, I mean, it's an interesting take.
Yeah. Let's hear what bro got to say.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I slick agreed with it a little bit. I slick agreed with it, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Not the whole thing. I know you slick agree with some parts, or did you agree with the whole thing? I'm putting words in your mouth. I can't tell you what you agree with.
We'll get to the other end of it, and then But one of the reasons why I agreed with it is because I experienced what he was saying.
Okay.
You know, how shit started in the beginning, and you got all of these like the wide-eyed, you know, it's on, and it's like you actually have to be the person.
Yeah.
For, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You actually have to be the person for the journey.
Yep.
Well, you know, and this is like about relationships.
So y'all know what he's talking about. We about to drop the video now. But yeah. That's You do have to be that person.
No, not just you.
Right.
I mean, a union is two. You know, like two.
Yeah.
Two people got to be dedicated to the success of something. When we're talking about marriage, relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It is two people, but think about it. It's two whole separate entities.
What do you mean?
What I always say.
Oh, okay.
When you focus on yourself, when both individuals are focusing on them being their best self that they can be together, they will be, you know what I'm saying? And if it's cohesive, it is. If it's not, it's not. How often he's gonna say something. He's gonna say something in his clip. He's calling you?
No.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, come on, man.
I need a better segue into
Okay.
So let's watch the video to get to the other end of it, and I want you to tell me what your issues are with it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see because he's saying a lot.
If she or he is compatible with you now, in 5 years, he or she won't be compatible with you because you're gonna change, and he or she is going to change. So the question is not whether or not that person's compatible, because compatibility is temporal. The question is, will you both work towards knowing each other continually, getting to know each other every day, and learning that person as they change on a daily basis, and to be submitted to the fact that that person will change and yet you will change, and together you're changing together. This is what relationship looks like. Marriage is not about finding the perfect spouse. Marriage is about finding the person who will do life with you, who's on the same mission as you, wanting and desiring what you want to bring glory to Christ and fulfilling that together. It's a togetherness, a mutual submission to something greater than the two of you.
Please don't come back to me laughing that way. LA said,
Yo,
please don't come back to me laughing that way.
I hope they don't. I don't think they heard that last. I don't think they heard. Never mind. Anyway, so
first of all, we don't think that that's funny.
Yeah.
We was laughing at our producer, LA.
Yeah.
He has some choice words about it. Hit me with it.
I'm gonna hit you with a couple of things because he speaks on marriage, he speaks on submission, he speaks on union, he speaks on having to deal with this. There's been a gnat in here, y'all. I'm sorry, and we about to fight, but
he winning, by the way.
Yeah, he winning. So he's speaking on a lot of things, right? And I think the initial thing he speaks on is growing, I guess, knowing that your partner that you're with is going to change. He says every 5 years or whatever. First of all, we change every day. We're becoming. Everybody is becoming. You're not the same person you were yesterday that you are today. There's certain things that you do, certain habits that you probably, you know what I'm saying? We're habitual creatures too. So we do certain things daily, but we're constantly changing. Mm-hmm. Okay? So all relationships, not just a marriage or, friendship or whatever, or you kicking it with somebody or whatever, all relationships go through changes. Each person in that relationship changes. And it is I look at relationships as, again, like I've said in the past many a times, it's 100, but this is where I get that from. So I believe that all the relationships that you have in your life is a mirror of who you are. If you want to know who you are, the type of person you are, what thoughts you have, what you're manifesting in your life, like who you are at the core, look at your friends, look at your relationships, look at your income, look at your dwellings, look at your activities. I feel like it's an outward reflection of what's going on inside. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a true reflection of who you are. So, because you're attracting certain people into your life because of who you are. If you are a certain way, you're going to attract certain people into your life. LA, regardless of how you feel, like that's how I feel. I feel like you're attracting certain situations and certain people in your life. It's an inward out. It's a reflection. Your life is a mirror of what's going on inside. You want to change your environment, you need to change your mind. You need to change what you think about. You need to change what you focus on, because then all that shit is going to start showing up. As far as what this gentleman was saying, being with somebody, and you be with who you don't force a relationship.
He didn't say that.
No, but he didn't say that. But I'm saying this. How he's like, how do you? I guess you're navigating through. You know that this person is changing. In 5 years, this person's going to be different.
That's not what he's saying.
So what's he saying?
So let me jump in there. First of all, I want to touch on what you're saying about, like, we always miss paths when you
no doubt
do the. And I'm not.
You see the gnat getting you too. So
yeah, I'm not knocking it.
That's our guess.
Yeah, that's our guess tonight. I'm not knocking it. I think in order for what you're saying to be true, and I'm not saying it's 100% false.
Yeah.
But you have to be.
It's not true or false.
You have to be.
Opinion.
You have to be vibrating on a certain level to be able to, like, do that. Some people are just existing, and certain things are just arriving.
By default, they're still creating.
Listen, hey, you could what I just said it's the truth. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some people are just existing,
Right.
and certain things are just arriving. And that's just that. Like
Just arriving.
just showing up. You're not even. They're not.
Why are
even
they show-
vibrate.
Let me ask you, why are they showing up?
Wait. I was completely quiet when you, which is rare.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rare.
But the reason why is because you are just like. Sometimes people are just here. You have to be vibrating on a certain level to get that manifestation strong, like how you talking about. Like some people meditate, they align themselves, they get their chakra on point. And then some people are not even like, some people are just at Church's Chicken eating a drumstick. And somebody roll up on them and whatever. Like they just say they have not done anything wrong. They ain't put no bad karma out there. They ain't blah blah. And somebody just came in there and just shot them, or somebody just walked up to them and gave them $100. Some people are just existing. Like in one day, the good and bad happens to everybody. Mm-hmm. That just makes what you said wrong immediately. You know what I'm saying? So wait. I just want to finish.
Okay, finish.
If you'll agree with that.
We agree to disagree on this show.
Right. If you agree with what I just said, then that kind of does put a chink in the armor of your last statement. Now the guy, this guy who video that we just talking about, when I told you I slick agree with him, this is the reason why.
Okay.
I feel like you kind of like overthought the whole thing.
I do. I probably did.
You know,
I went somewhere. I started somewhere and I went somewhere else.
Because even LA's disdain with him was like very surface, and I kind of understood what he was saying about it.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah. You actually kind of like you had an issue with it for a reason that was just you actually flew higher than the statement. You know what I mean? You probably did, and you probably didn't. I'll
I always look at things. I not always, but I look at things on a spiritual level for the most part. And I tried.
And with that being said, you probably flew over what he was saying.
Okay.
What the way I took what he was saying was he actually thinks that when you get one and when you get two, they grow in different ways, right? They grow in different ways. If this one and this two want to make it to a certain point, they have to agree to make it to that point. If they don't agree and if they don't become dedicated to that mission, hit me with it, LA.
He wants to put your mic on. Is your mic hot?
Mic check. Okay, so this was my issue with what he said.
All right.
And this is my issue with Negroes that want to sound smart.
Welcome to the Uncivil War podcast.
What he said,
Right.
what he said was that people start off compatible,
right,
and then they have to fight to stay compatible. Do you understand how math works? If you are negating the fact that people start off compatible, but you're telling them to fight to stay compatible, the fight to stay in the Lord's name, the fight to stay together, you're telling them to stay compatible. So your first argument is compatibility don't make you a happy couple. But then you saying stay compatible.
I agree with him.
I
agree with him on that.
Can I jump in there real quick?
Agree with him on that.
In there, he also said you have to dedicate to wait.
I didn't disagree with you.
Right. He said you have to dedicate.
Look, let him finish.
You have to dedicate to understand. Wait. So wait.
You have to dedicate to understand.
Like to understand. So I just want to use this example. And God, forgive me for bringing up an old situation. Somebody who we all know, who I dated, we started out very compatible. As we went on, respectfully, as we went on, both of us started to realize that this was not going to work.
Okay.
Only one of us was dedicated to seeing it through anyway. Now wait.
What he said.
That's exactly what he's saying.
That
He's saying the reason why anybody
We're all interpreting what he said differently.
It's an interpretation. It's video.
I'm gonna tell you what I got out of it. He was trying to say what I got out of it was he's saying that just because you start off, because a lot of people start off with this. Oh, you go skydiving, I go skydiving too.
Okay.
Oh, you do this, oh, I do that too.
Okay.
And then once those things those commonalities start to fall apart, people fall apart. But in order for you to stay together, you have to keep those commonalities together. So
I don't know if he was saying that, though.
He kind of listen to it.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah,
He said
yeah.
because you have to.
It could be interpreted that way for
so
sure.
he's over talking himself. If you're saying that compatibility don't keep people together, because that's what he said.
Okay,
He said-
we agree
he
with
said
that. Yeah.
Compatibility is temporal, which
Right.
means it's based on time.
Right.
But then you turn around and say, stay compatible through God.
He does say that at the end.
I actually don't even think that's what he said. I actually said you have to work on understanding. I actually feel like, and that was just my how I
So look, you can work on understanding, but here's the deal. If you're not compatible, you're not compatible.
Hey man, let me give you a good example, dog.
There's billions of people on the
Let
planet.
me give you a good example. This show right here that we're on, we have 3 very strong personalities in the room right now. This started a year ago in October. I'm not gonna even try to make nobody think like it was a smooth ride. Everybody ought to know that something like this that has been going on for a year, uninterrupted, there has been heads bumped.
No doubt.
Now, me and you sit here on this show, and I go back and forth with you about stuff all the time. The one thing you cannot deny is that I don't try to understand you. You know full and damn well. We just had a conversation with Sanaa, and I didn't even agree with your statement initially. But when Sanaa exploded, my attempt to understand kicked in.
Right.
So then that's how you'll drive down here today, because you like, at least Trill ain't a piece of shit, because
Right.
at least if somebody can see that you are trying to understand, that could be the motivation to stay doing something. Yeah. I think that's what me and LA was talking before when you went to the store. We talked about how him and I, we pass information along, have all these different ideas, and we bump heads. It happened twice. But the one thing I will not do is not try to understand the way
I love understanding.
Right.
I love that.
That's it.
I love
That's it.
so I
That's
love
what-
I love that.
I think that's the part that
But here's
missing in his job.
No. But here's the thing too. I love understanding. I love coming to an understanding, but I feel like you should not compromise who you truly are to make a situation keep going. Like he's because we gotta run that. You have to be selfish.
Do you?
Are you kidding me? Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Sometimes.
Otherwise, you're going to live in an existence where you're pleasing somebody. Your existence is in pleasing somebody else, and you will be miserable.
Is there ever a time when it's better to be selfless?
Is there ever a time that there's better to be selfless?
You did not need to repeat that.
Yes, he did.
You heard it. You heard it correctly.
Hey.
What you guys say?
Is there ever a time?
Yes.
Was there?
Yes.
Hey.
When it deals with yourself, when it deals
right now,
when it deals with destroying yourself and who you are.
Me being selfless a couple of times in this situation allowed me to show back up.
When it deals with because that leads to resentment. That leads to resentment. If you're not being true to yourself,
if you don't.
Come on, man.
But if you don't, it don't lead to resentment with everybody, because sometimes.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen. He's talking about relationships, and if we gonna stay in that vein, because a romantic relationship, if you are unhappy, I don't give a damn how selfless or selfish you are. If you are unhappy, you're gonna make that other person miserable.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And
I agree with that.
that's what he said.
Thank you.
I
And you were
think
saying
that's
something
outside
else.
of the context. I
No,
think that's
it's not.
outside of the context of.
It really isn't.
It isn't.
I actually
Think
feel
about
like
it.
it is.
Think about it. Think about. Finish saying what you was about because you was hitting it.
No, I was saying y'all are saying two different things. As a matter of fact, all three of us got. While I was sitting here thinking about
Different
it, we all got
understandings of
different
what he
understandings
said.
of what he was
Yeah,
saying.
true.
But basically, the crux of his point was, your relationship has to go through the Lord.
How much did it? Well.
At the end, he summed it up with that.
Yeah.
But that was the crux of his point.
yeah.
His point was, don't be selfish, and don't lean on compatibility. Give it all to the Lord, and your relationship is gonna be okay.
Now, I look, man.
and that's why I was like, the Lord in the Bible it tells you, faith without works is dead. You have to work at stuff. God ain't just gonna give you nothing.
Faith without works
But-
is dead.
and
Get
that-
right back around to my point
And,
again.
and that's why I was like, come on,
We're
bro.
all right.
Right. You're doing it.
We're all right.
Look. That's why that's not something that all three of us watched, and that was something that he said that everybody agreed with and disagreed with. I think that's just.
I didn't
think
agree with nothing he said.
Well, you said
Yeah, a lot of it I was just kind of like,
I agree with if you gonna love somebody, love them. But all the other shit, I thought
you don't think compatibility is temporal.
I think everything is temporal.
Well, then you agree with that.
No,
You agree with that at least.
I don't agree with the way he said it.
Oh, you don't agree with the way he said it, but what he said is true.
Of course, it's true.
All right, well then you agree with it.
Everything is based on time. No, I don't agree with his message.
You don't agree with his message, but you said there's nothing about it, but there's something about it.
Him saying one true thing doesn't make what no complete.
It's a one true thing. There's one. So that's my point. There was a true thing in there for everybody. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I also, but see, I'm reading, and I guess I'm reading between the lines
You
of
fly
what he's
high.
saying.
You fly high on some this is a very simple message. You fly high. You flew high.
It wasn't simple at all.
It was
Nah,
simple.
it wasn't that
I
simple.
didn't take it that
wasn't
deep.
simple. It wasn't simple, but so I guess the bottom line of my thing is, you have to be happy at the end of the day. You compromising your happiness to make. You're not put here to make somebody else happy, sir. I don't think he was saying that either, but underneath it all, like think about it. Think about it.
You saying it.
Think about it. You run it back.
Nah,
You ain't got time.
Yeah. We got time today.
Run that back to her.
If she or he is compatible with you now, in 5 years, he or she won't be compatible with you because you're going to change and he or she is going to change. So the question is not whether or not that person's compatible, because compatibility is temporal. The question is, will you both work towards knowing each other continually, getting to know each other every day, and learning that person as they change on a daily basis, and to be submitted to the fact that that person will change and yet you will change, and together you're changing together. This is what relationship looks like. Marriage is not about finding the perfect spouse. Marriage is about finding the person who will do life with you, who's on the same mission as you, wanting and desiring what you want to bring glory to Christ, and fulfilling that together. It's a togetherness, a mutual submission to something greater than the two of you.
Yeah.
He said it.
LA was right.
Exactly what he said was, you're not going to stay compatible for a long time.
He contradicted himself.
Change yourself to stay compatible to be together. That's basically what
Yeah.
That's exactly,
I guess I took it as if at all possible.
No. He
He
said
didn't even say that.
Yeah, but but if it ain't possible, you're not gonna do it. You got you're gonna try to do
Hold
something,
up,
and
but
if it's possible,
but here's the thing.
You're gonna do
Here's
it.
the thing. With the whole trying to do something or forcing a situation, you are
Every trying to
compromising.
force.
You are compromising.
Did you kill our friend?
No.
Oh.
You are compromising. You are compromising your happiness and yourself, because there are times where you are going to try to force that situation. You're like, and you might not agree with some of the things, the way this person
Let me
has,
ask you this,
the way
though.
this person has changed.
Let me ask you a question.
Does not jive with you.
Let
You
me
know what I'm
ask you a
saying? And
question.
you
Let me
like,
ask you a
I'm
question.
using old school term, jive with you.
Right.
But you
Let
know
me
what
ask
I'm
you a
saying?
question though, and we're gonna have to move on to this question I got. But this is a quick question. Do you? I mean, in your mind and in your world, that your relationship is gonna be a place where you are never unhappy?
That's not the point. Because let me tell you what. No.
Is that your answer?
No. It will be. You know why? So
you
what
will
those
be
what
unhappy?
those things? Yeah, there's gonna be times where there's I call it contrast. There's gonna be times where there's contrast in my relationship. What that contrast tells me is it's speaking to.
Are you gonna just be
it's
out when
speaking
you're unhappy?
It's not necessarily. It's speaking to desires that.
Right, depending
On what's making you unhappy.
So
because it's speaking to, it's like
I don't mean to keep
it's like
interrupting.
discovering
we gotta
discovering
cut
a
through
new
the fluff though.
it's like discovering a new desire, because what you're not happy about, you also know that, like, that's telling you something that you desire. Like, oh, this person's doing that, I'm not feeling that. So what kind of I'm okay.
Because what if you're unhappy because you were just, because certain people have mental health issues that they can't be happy. So what if you're unhappy on the inside, but you're attributing it to that person? Then you're being unfair to that person. And that's why I don't agree with what you said.
Got you. So if there's a chemical imbalance, I mean, if there's a mental
in that
and chemical,
context, so in
that's
that
different.
context,
That's
you
different.
can't even take his advice.
That is different. That is different. Yeah, there are cases.
Now, look. Before we go on any further, here on the Uncivil War podcast, we do believe in breaking down general statements. Like, this man has made a general statement.
Very. That's why
We don't like generalities.
Yeah.
And that's why like we kind of like trained to be against that. For all of these self-proclaimed like relationship gurus and all of that stuff like that, that's not what men.
Nah, we ain't about that.
We're not that.
Nope.
We're not gonna try to carry that.
This is Arizona iced tea, by the way. But go ahead.
Everything is. So what's that Hennessy bottle? All right, we'll talk about it later. But everything that we bring up here we talk about it in context, and they exist in different like world platforms.
Exactly.
Now I can definitely say all three of us can come to. We don't like generalizations. What he's done, that's a general statement. All of it.
the compatibility is
Right.
time-based.
Yeah.
But
Temporal.
I got a question and I gotta move on.
But that was a good one.
That was
a
good.
good video. Appreciate that.
Tiana wants to know.
Taylor. But go ahead.
Do women just accept that men are gonna cheat? Then
That's a question?
it's a two-part question. Do you have an outline? I sent it to everybody, right?
Yeah, I got the outline, but
So it's a two-part question, and it says, why do men take cheating so hard? And I put, in parentheses, two-part question because
let's definitely answer the first one first.
Well, I want to jump in there because I'm a little aggravated with that question. Why do men take cheating so hard? The same reason why.
You're gonna do the second one first?
I wanted that part of it aggravated me.
And I know that's why I said I knew you was. I knew it. I knew it. That's why I said let's do the first
part first.
I knew it. I knew it bothered you.
Do women just? No, they don't just accept it. Have you been on the internet?
First of all, here's
they
another
don't
general statement. Do
That is a
women just
very-
accept
That's a
that men
question.
are going to cheat?
That's not
A question,
that's
rather.
not right. Yeah,
that's a general question.
And it's a generalization that
All men cheat. So she must be dealing. Thank you for the question. First of all, we appreciate that.
It don't say all men cheat. It says that men are just gonna cheat.
it's men.
She didn't say some men. She didn't say black. She said men. So that's all men.
That's if you are dating a man.
That's all men.
If
It's
you're
still
dating
all
one-
men.
If you're
It's
dating
still
one-
all men.
All right. Let me stop because that's yeah.
Come on, man. Semantics.
It's semantics. No, women don't accept that because it's not true. I know so many guys that actually don't cheat. Like I don't know what, and they're called unicorns and all of this stuff. It's not that serious.
I ain't got nothing growing out my forehead. But.
Right. It's not that serious. You know, we're not, men, everybody does what they do, and we can't carry that title. Everybody cheat, and everybody don't cheat. We can't.
What?
What? Men cheat and men don't cheat.
Yeah.
Women cheat
There are
and
men.
women don't
There are
cheat.
men that cheat. There are women. There are women that cheat.
Nobody
there are men that don't cheat. There are women that don't cheat.
Why are we the ones that end up owning the title?
So there's a couple of generalizations here.
To them.
They own it.
There's a couple. Hold up. There's a couple of
They own it, and
there's
put
a couple of generalizations here. Why do women just accept that men? So all women just accept that?
Nah, she said,
men,
do women just accept?
do
She
women?
asked
Oh, do women just accept? Okay, yeah, that's true. So it is.
Well, she wants to know if they do.
I know we're men, so I guess she just wanted to get that off. You know what I'm saying? Pause. She just, I guess she wanted to get that off.
Somebody cheated on her. She want to know if she should accept it.
I don't know if that's
And
the
why-
case.
and why
I ain't
do-
gonna say that.
why
I ain't
do
gonna
men-
put that on her. I ain't gonna put that.
Why do men take cheating so hard? The same reason why women do.
As far as what? As far as men cheating, do we take it hard when we cheat? Or
No.
we taking it hard when women cheat?
Yeah, that's
You're right.
that.
Why,
Now
why
that's.
why we take it so hard when women cheat on us?
Who does?
I
Are
don't-
those guys that flip out and murder the person? Like, yeah, it's
yeah, I definitely.
It's like the women that flip out and go to a man's job and bust out all his windows and kids' cars.
you saying they just do that because they can't murder?
No, I'm saying they can murder, but most women are smarter than putting themselves in a position to kill somebody else. Women,
I don't even agree with that.
no, women are more strategic.
In general.
Men are more fanatics in what we do. We want it over with. So that's why our mind goes straight to hurting you permanently, which is death. Women want you to be embarrassed. I saw a lady get a big old goddamn step and repeat, and with the other lady face on it outside the job. It was a Texas.
Oh wow.
And it was like this lady slept with my husband and put her husband name on there outside of their job.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw that.
The bosses let her do it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Women will rather embarrass you the
Yo,
whole time.
you mess with the
My-
wrong one.
My
It's
whole point
yeah.
is this, man. We cannot own these titles and say this was doing. Why is this one doing this one and why is that? Because there's no real data that says that somebody carries it more than the other.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. Everybody and men flip out and they murdered it.
Nah.
Yo, why is Bankroll Fresh not alive? Not Bankroll Fresh, but the young dude that got killed. That guy felt like his girl was cheating. That dude came and killed.
But that's not.
That's one example. Is my point.
Yeah, that's one example.
We don't.
Like
That's
us in this room. I don't know anybody that's killed somebody because they were cheating.
and us in
I
this
have
room.
not.
I don't know anybody.
I have
that
not.
will.
I have not, and I would not.
I think that's.
Yeah.
I don't think we got 300 million plus people, billion plus people on this planet. I think that's a small percentage.
Right.
And I think those people that do stuff like that, they have mental issues. So you can't use that as a general statement.
Let me tell you something. The reason I'll never be in that mind frame is because first of all, I don't own anybody. And you gonna do what you want to do. I don't control you. You feel like you want to do that, and if I'm not feeling that, we're just not gonna be together. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna blast you on social media. I'm not gonna do none of that corny shit.
That's a big jump. I'm not gonna kill you, and I'm not gonna. Man, saying I ain't gonna kill you. And I ain't gonna.
I ain't gonna cut your legs off. I ain't gonna kill. I ain't gonna strangle your dog. You know what I'm saying?
right.
There ain't gonna be a bunny in the pot. You know what I'm saying?
right. But yo,
Nah.
but my question to you is this though: have you ever been in a relationship and came outside of your character based on something that has happened in the relationship? I, for one, have. I am not gonna sit here and be overly
That's
cool.
a good question.
I'm not gonna be overly cool and not gonna say a woman hadn't routed me and made me, you know what I'm saying, text her a lot of times or do, you know, I'm not
That type
above
of thing. That type of thing. Yes.
I'm not
So when I
above,
was,
you know
and
what I'm
and that
saying?
was when I was younger.
that kind of
You
stuff.
know what I'm saying? Yes.
I
Absolutely.
just don't think I got the
Absolutely.
wiring to show up with a gun.
Absolutely.
You
I
know
was,
what I'm saying?
and,
Like, that's-
and yeah.
You know, that's just a whole, you know, that's a whole nother level. But I think like her point, you know, and the question is a little bit more simplified. I know we want to.
We keep going. We keep going above me.
That wasn't a simple question at all.
Well,
Nah, that was
def-
not. That was not.
I think it was, but we definitely gave like complex answers to it. But
That was a complex question.
But that's what we do.
well, it was
You're asking us, well, you guys, to go into the psyche of men and how they feel about stuff. That's complex. It ain't that simple. Like you just said, people kill people over stuff like that.
People die every day, B.
That's complex. When you take somebody else's life over some cat, that's super complex. That
Right.
We talk about this cheating shit like it's just
yeah.
an everyday thing, but it's a complex thing to tell somebody you love them every day, wake up next to them every day, and then go have sex with somebody else.
Yeah.
If you take that type of stuff serious, a lot of
Right.
us don't take sex serious. We
I
understand that sex isn't the relationship, but people like that think that sex
Yeah.
is the relationship, and that's why when somebody have sex with somebody else,
That's a great.
That's a great point.
you know what I mean? You have sex with somebody else, you flip out because to you it was all about sex.
Yeah.
And everybody is different.
That's why you
know what I'm
so.
saying?
That's why you so mad when you get that they get a sex to somebody else. You looking at it like a total betrayal.
I'm not gonna
The
lie.
betrayal happened before the sex when she decided that she was interested.
I'm not gonna lie. When
You
I
don't
was
even-
younger, yes, I did. You know, I was out of character. You know what I'm saying? But just like you said, just trying to
Today,
embarrass
it's
her,
gonna be
trying
hard.
to blah blah blah. But
It's gonna be hard to get the kid out of character.
That's a
today,
long.
bro.
That's yeah. We talking
Today,
high school.
you're gonna be lucky to get me to like reply to the text.
Exactly.
Like I'm gonna be like,
exactly.
all right, you got this. Sorry. Please tell me you got bang bang questions, dog.
I got bang 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 bang
All
bang.
right, hit me with it.
All right.
We have to-
So
I'm answering yours first.
we're doing bang bang.
So for all that don't know, we doing bang bang questions, and what this is rapid fire questions. And since we don't have a guest today, we running them on each other, and we gonna
Rapid fire questions with short answers, and you know,
You saying short answers? I'm gonna try to answer mine in one word.
You can't.
You can
answer
do. You can
all
do.
with one
You
word.
can do.
Bro, you keep saying that. You can't do that.
You
all
can
the
do
time.
yours how you want to do
Lord
them.
mercy.
What is this? A totalitarian?
All right, you ready?
shit? All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready, Freddie.
You ready?
Run it.
Let's do it. All right. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Eye for an eye or turn the other cheek?
Eye for an eye.
Model thin or thick with it?
Both.
Favorite food?
Popcorn.
That's not a food.
You asked me, I answered.
What celebrity death crushed you the most?
Prince.
You said it right the first time.
But then I remember Prince. I thought he
You
was
said it
my
right
mind
the
Prince is
first.
still
You
alive.
said it right the first time.
Right.
You said it right the
My
first
mind
time.
Prince was still alive. Then I had to
Apples or
realize-
oranges?
Apples. Less messy. I explained it. That was
Tyler Perry or Will Packer?
Tyler Perry.
Oh, word.
A man that slept in his car that turned himself into a billionaire.
All
Tyler
right.
Perry.
Do you know Will's story?
I've never heard
All right. Horror or comedy?
comedy.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Freeway or Beanie Siegel?
Beanie Siegel.
Word.
Yep.
Okay.
Beans.
Favorite athlete of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Drew Hill or Jagged Edge?
Drew Hill.
Bad Boy or Death Row?
Death Row.
Titty Boy or 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz.
Okay. You ain't like him when he's Titty Boy?
I don't got the references.
Okay.
I couldn't listen to somebody that was named Titty Boy.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do that.
Live on the edge or play it safe?
Live on edge, no question.
Wear the pants or share the pants?
Wear them.
Okay. Who's the smartest person you know?
Garrett Malone.
Okay. All right. Shout out, Gary. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Do you believe in life after death?
Yes.
If you could be anyone in the world for a day, who would it be?
Deshaun Washington.
Besides yourself, sir. The self-love. You gotta love the self-love.
Jay-Z.
Okay. Twice upon a time, there was a
Boy who died.
and live happily ever after, but that's another chapter. All right.
All
Right.
You
Cool.
weren't gonna get me.
Got you.
From Atlanta.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
Born and raised.
shit. I got people. I got people for less.
All right.
For classic lyrics.
So first off, I want to say shout out to Lexi Love, man, for sending me some bang bang questions.
Lexi Love sent bang bang question.
Oh man,
shit.
you know I don't know. You wasn't on that live that I did, man.
Nah, I wasn't.
Yeah, I did a
You
live.
did live earlier.
Not today, but last week. I actually was supposed to do a live, but I was
You
on the
usually do.
Yeah, but
That's why
I got
looking
caught
for
on
it.
the phone and didn't even do it. But
All right. I'm ready. I don't
Yo,
care what
man.
kind of questions come my way. I'm ready. Ready.
So okay, the questions are broke up in different parts, so you got to bear with me.
So you have a lot.
It's a good amount.
Good amount. Okay.
80s or 90s music,
80s.
email or phone call.
Phone call.
When you're in a relationship, you prefer long distance or same city?
Both.
All right. Love at first sight?
Yeah, I believe in love at first sight.
Do you think it's okay to live with a partner before you marry them, or just hop right in?
I do believe
after
it's
the marriage?
okay to live with a partner.
All right. So that was like the first little wave. Now, these are the ones I came up with. Malcolm or Martin?
Malcolm.
Cable or streaming?
Streaming.
Cocktail or beer?
Cocktail.
Religious or spiritual?
Spiritual.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Sundress or black tights?
Woo. Both.
Nice C cup or D cup?
I'm leaning more towards a D.
Because I know you will. I know you will.
I'm leaning more towards a D. I just, but I like both.
Bernice or Tracy Ellis Ross?
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Facts of Life or Different Strokes?
Different strokes.
Bachelor for Life?
Although Tootie was my first celebrity crush, Kim Fields. But go ahead.
Bachelor for Life or Booed Up?
Wow. It depends on the season.
All right. Boobs or booty?
I will lean. If I had to choose one, I'll say booty.
Steak dinner or gourmet salad?
Gourmet salad.
Puff or Jermaine Dupri?
Puff.
$10 million or endless happiness?
Endless happiness.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
Because that's the goal. That's actually the goal of life, man. We think money is because a lot of people get money and then fucking kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? They do.
Wow. Well,
So-
that's it.
Yeah, happy.
That's it.
I want to be happy.
Yeah. Okay. That's solid.
Yo, that was a good bang bang question.
That really
was. Lexi sent some of those.
Yeah, she sent the first wave of them, and then
You could just ask me, Lexi. I mean, really, you can just. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. She. I talked to her today. She actually, helped me come up with a lot of.
That's
this.
what's up.
So, shout out to Lexi, man. She wasn't just a great guest, man. She still, pouring into the network.
Into
She
the
always
network.
support.
Always
she always, repost our videos.
Shout out to
Our videos.
Shout out to I'm gonna start calling her Jenny from the block. Shout out to
Jenny from the block.
You know, she supports as well. We got a lot of great supporters. We really, 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 truly appreciate it. We ain't just saying that. Like, you're the reason why we keep coming back.
And they said it couldn't be done challenge was taken up by me. I definitely did it. It couldn't be done video that was posted, and I definitely
Check that out.
I want to give a shout out to the the 3,000 people that liked it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously there wasn't a whole lot of comments because y'all are a bunch of strangers. But y'all did like it though, and y'all didn't have to do that.
You did
know
like
what I'm
it, and
saying?
you didn't have to do it.
You didn't have to do that.
So-
I love that.
In reference to the film short, we are in the Peachtree Village International Film Festival. That's PVIFF. The short will be screening on November 4th at the Hyatt. You can get tickets on Eventbrite if you go to Peachtree Village International Film Festival. LA will be putting up a link where you can go straight to the Eventbrite, and you don't have to get the tickets for the whole event. Although it's a great networking opportunity,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole event, just like $200 tickets. If you want to see a block of shorts with our fire short that we got going on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like $10 for the block. So
That ain't bad.
very good,
I will
very
be in
good short.
attendance. If you
So-
want to, if y'all want to meet D Trill,
That's a
I'll
Friday.
be in attendance. If y'all want to see Carmadonis, we will be in attendance.
Yes.
And that it's a great opportunity for you to network and do a whole lot of things that you want to go out and enjoy with family or whatever. what have you.
Absolutely. We
but-
appreciate you
Like we always do about this time.
already.
It has been
Already.
the Uncivil War podcast with D Trill and Carmadonis, and we will check y'all out next week. Share our videos, like our videos, post our videos, comment, and we love y'all.
Love you. See you next week.
Show 'em love.
All right.